is CC by Antarctica Films, Argentina. Good morning, everyone. Well, we're on our way to the fishing spot. In this case, we're heading back to the bridge. Let's see if we can manage to catch some mixed fish today.
And, well, in this case, with a little more experience now.
And I set up the gear so I wouldn't have to put it together up here. So once I get there, I'll show you the bait I'm going to use today, and we'll see how the fishing goes. First news of the morning. Apparently it has gone down. Another little drop. I thought it was going to stabilize a bit. Why is that?
Yesterday?
The day before yesterday, it rained quite nicely in the area and around, so I thought that would make it last at least a few more days. Well, today we have some worms to try as well. Well, apparently we have the first one of the morning. I'll confirm it for you.
It seems like we do.
We're working with guts of... From Sabalo, I was just setting up the other equipment, and well, we started with the first bite. Well,
Look, someone with a sweet tooth for this.
for those who missed the last fishing trip, I'll share the details. I lost a fishing rod here. And this time I brought big hooks to see if, well... I'll try casting later to see if it's still around here in the area. That way, maybe I can get it back. Well, if I'm not mistaken, we'd have the second one. Morning catch. The other rod also gave me a bite, which...
It charged all the way to this side.
Oh, the main thing I came looking for. Like I told you, mainly the variety is yellow catfish. Moncholo. Hopefully they don't get active. This thing I pulled out at first. There it is. Let's see what it is. This is a Moncholo, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Moncholo. Beautiful Moncholo. There we are. Now we're... Look what I brought, a snail. What does its look tell me? Will this work?
Again, taking out little critters?
I found it and, well, I kept it there to try it out, also to patch things up, so in a bit we'll see what can happen with the snail. I know they're good for bogas and all that, but in this case I'm using a bigger bait. So, well, I don't know if you guys have caught anything nice with snails. I haven't fished much, so I can't really comment on that. Alright, let's set up. Let's improvise a mojarra line and let's cast from up here to see if we can catch something. Fresh bait.
To change things up a bit too.
Now that I've already refreshed the bait, let's go look for the mojarras.
I've already set up the hand line here.
These worms are in questionable condition. That's why I didn't try at the bottom, because they're not in good condition. So, well, let's head over to the more beach-like area. I think in this area we'll be fine.
That's right, here we have...
The wind against us, the wind from the solid, and they might be able to see us clearly.
This area.
Let's try. The wind is blowing it away, man. Alright, friends.
Catching a mojarra in these conditions is quite a challenge.
Here we have the first one. Nice Mojarra, red tail.
Here we come with the second one.
Let's go. Alright, this one is yellowtail.
Look at the shot on top. I've got wind.
There we go.
UPA here. At least we're mostly having... In the area up here in Uruguay, plenty of mojarras and nice mojarras. Honestly, I don't know if they've come with the flood or what, but it's a rounder species that has a different kind of belly. Here comes another one just like it.
So far, I haven't caught the one I'm telling you about, but what I'm getting at is that
There's a lot of Mojarra activity. Alright, look, the line worked. I have 6 good Mojarras. Let's renew the bait and let's move further along where it's running with a good Mojarra. And let's see what might bite along the whole curve over there where the water runs. Well, like I said, and as you know, I'm a bit restless, so let's head to another area.
A slight breeze picked up, likely noticeable. And well,
The idea is to try and see if we can catch something with fresh mojarras, since with the tripe bait the annoying catfish got active and they're unbearable. So, well, we're going to get to the current, which is the deepest part. We're going to cast as far as we can, let it drift, and see what happens with that. Nice 22, huh? I don't want to forget to tell you that we're really close to reaching 20,000 subscribers, so if you're new and want to be part of the channel, subscribe. And yeah, like I said, we're really close.
Does anyone from Gualeguay know where I can get good worms? I mean, those big earthworms, the big ones? If you have any info, let me know because I can only find the little red ones and those aren't really useful for me because I like to make a good worm bait ball and, well, try it out for yellowfish.
And that's because otherwise you just end up catching little fish.
The Figuerito's really active.
What's going on? What's going on?
Did she put it in the bag? One of my dads, I'm going to send her a picture.
To see where it is.
My dad. The first one of the...
We start early tomorrow. Relax, that's all. I still haven't been able to. Sebas expected his first shot, and there it was, the first Moncholo Amarillito. That's it, buddy. Good job, my friend. Let's see how it is. A dreamlike show, man. Alright, now it's my turn. Alright, let's go with the second team. Same rig, Sinka, sliding, let's make a cast a bit further up here. Let's see what happens. The bait is in position. Pretty rough. Once we throw this in, we start with the mate, a grilled pancake. And then what we're going to do is go out to look for fresh bait. Let's see what's up. Also, dream place. Look, tell me in the comments what feeling this rod gives you. The natural rod well. Well, I don't know if you remember, but in the first videos we shared a fishing trip with my buddy. He goes and does a...
Time he does.
We've been trying to organize this for a while, but it wasn't happening. Imagine how the fisherman here feels. He's in high spirits, and well, just look at the view we're having. Literally a dream. Back here, we have a stream that we're going to go to for bait later and see if we can cast with fresh Mojarra or sabalito or see what we can catch with the net. Did Shay leave? The marietas are always present. Alright, now I'm going to prepare the net, which is what we're going to use to try to get some fresh meat. It's just...
The sun is just starting to shine. It's just coming out completely. Let's say it's about 6:30 in the morning. Already. Look, I think this one is about 90 centimeters.
extendable, so it's perfect for us to get some fresh bait. And, well, as if we didn't have enough problems, as if we weren't missing something, it's gone. He brought a freshly made grilled cake we're having made over there. Do the mass. And, well, this is a kind of rustic, mate, but it's good, it's good. You can't deny that.
Beautiful.
There we go.
There, we're going over there?
That's a big one.
Don't tell me. I totally lost it. I was snacking, maybe. No, it totally slipped away. Look at the stick bug that climbed on me. Fishing team, check out this little bug at Tres Suertes. Let's just set it free, and now let's go for the second cast with this gear. Let's see how it goes. Right here, just a short cast nearby, because it pulls a lot to the side. And let's check the other one, because I think I reeled it in too much. I reeled in too much line. It came in a lot too. Let's see. If they're the Maritas. Opa.
All right, we're still going. It's still down there. We are
With Una, a little girl. She showed up, little duckling. Alright, now we're going to proceed with the examination of the little duckling because it's quite small in size. There goes our little friend, and I hope he has a nice time. To all the bigger ones, you know.
Let's give it a try.
More on this side because that's halfway there. There must be something stuck here. But this water has a color. It has a color. What's going on? Do we have one here? I don't know. If it's a mocharita or a sabelito, but mini is a mini sabelito. Let's search for a giant. Sebacora Mojarra and split it, just to give you an idea of what this Mojarra is like. Let's cast a little further ahead. And I'm going to tell you that we're just about to reach 20,000 subscribers. So those who want to be part of the channel, you can subscribe to Gratina right there. All the new people are invited who want to be part of it to join. To our community. Well, let's go look for where those rod holders are, as they tell me. I think there are bigger backwaters here, and maybe there's more left. More in the hole, the bait. Who knows if we'll be able to go around later to see if we find a frog or something, because with all this canal I'm seeing, there has to be something around.
Here we go.
There it goes. The view here is truly dreamy. Well, here I am with my first catch of the morning. Another beautiful yellowfish. With a Saturday belly. Come on, Seba, we need to catch a nice one here. We just went to look around with Copo. And no, nothing happened. Very few little bugs. And the 2 or 3 that are there obviously leave. Let's keep waiting and fishing for Mojarra. If nothing else, we'll walk back here. We have another one. A little stream of water. Let's see if we can get some fresh bait. Alright, a little snail for. Let's throw it in too. I just took it out from here and there was a frog, but it jumped right back into the water. And I don't know what that is. It's full of the little pink eggs. I don't know if they're from a snail or a frog. Whoa, there are little frogs around here because I've looked and they jump at me. If you look, you'll see that they come out. Both options, it says they're from a frog and from a snail. What are you doing, man? It's incredible. Well, after 1,000 shots, 1,500, here we caught one. So we're going to head to Encarnar now. Well, I found some worms that are drier than a statue's curl, but they'll work for bait. Let's see if they're there.
Good one.
Don't tell me, I lost it. I lost the only worm I had. Well, and he's going with the same guts as the Mojarra.
There it is. Ooh.
I came over here because it's full of calm water, and here where the water rests, that's where. The Mojarra bite is. What's going on? What's going on? What
happened?
What's going on? Thank you.
Yeah, really good.
I can keep going that way, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, we'll go through there on the planks. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I took a little while to start because the place where I was taking the first shots was supposed to be the fishing spot, as I shared with you, but there was still some water left. I got a little too confident because the river had gone down a lot, and right before I started casting, a local fisherman passed by. And, well, he recommended that I shouldn't fish there because of the snag area, and he told me to just walk along the rocks, since there were only a few centimeters of water. So that's what I did, and now we're here. I just made the first 2 casts with Korean lines, our own stuff, and dough, and well. Now, we're going to walk around the place. We're going to prepare a mojarra to get some fresh bait. Let's see what we can share. Today is really tough, but as for the river, it's impeccable. A mirror, so I'll leave you with the fish. Today, we'll take a few casts with the mojarero I set up here. Let's cut
A little bit.
from the heart. Here we go. Let's see if we can fish with fresh minnows, probably with a float. Let's see, why not a mandubi? Or what can we catch on the surface with fresh minnows? So, well, let's go with the first cast live right now. Right here where the water is really dark. There it goes.
All right, mojarota.
A pomfret. It will get complicated if they start getting active quickly. Especially since I'm fishing with a little piece of meat, basically heart. That's what gets the palometas most active at this time of year.
There we go.
Beautiful size. It stripped my bait. Notice that it looks like a heavy stick, but actually the stick is super hollow. What's left from the flood is already a dead stick. Don't you see the movement happening on the surface right here next to us? I don't know if it's Doradillo or the palometas chasing the schools of Mojarra or what, but there's a lot. That's Mojarra, there we are, second one. Look at the amount, now I'll show you here. The firewood that the flood has left. Alright, let's start with the hook for various fish, half a Mojarra, and let's see. If it doesn't work, we'll leave it for the palometas, and if not, we'll have to change the float and use Mojarra. A large bait to attract fish. Let's start with the first cast. Well, I've been noticing that here, the rods with dough are constantly getting bites. Subtly, still. I don't know if they might be some small catfish, but I'll check that out in a bit. And well, I also have the option that I could add some bait to them, so let's see how it goes. We have one that's biting, and here we have the other one. I think we're gonna have to change the option because there are definitely piranhas around. Let's change the pot. They're moving around with a leader and with live Mojarra. All right. A boga fish, gentlemen. Let's release the boga fish. There it goes by itself with the current.